whose response to bad roads is bigger SUVs, who set up committees and publish white papers presiding over affairs that never improve. Politicians in jeeps with minds in London, perpetual latecomers to every meeting, irritated by anyone with a different opinion who see the people as a throne to sit on. Politicians in power who personalize the state, who criminalize criticism and terrorize dissent. Nothing in society kills as efficiently as a politician in high office with low mentality. For you see, Boko Haram will burn down a classroom, but a politician can swallow the entire school system, can fold our power stations and put in his briefcase, can roll up the railways and keep in a house. Politicians can file our seaport away in a drawer, can cripple all our farms with no fertilizer. No matter the passion you bring to your startup, government can kill it with just one pronouncement.
Those against any.
And no degree you hold, no grammar you speak, no decision you make to just face your work, no protest you stage can save you from those elected to make and enforce our laws. The way they see things is a wall around you, for you cannot drive faster than the person driving you. No matter your wealth, education or achievement, you are subject to the mentality of those in government. Politicians in office hold the yam and the knife, for to elect is to give the elected power over life. Which child will remain a Marjorie or become someone better? These things are in the hands of the people in power. Politicians in office hold the farm and the seed, for to elect is to give the elected power to decide whether security operatives can murder citizens and walk away free. These things are in the hands of those who run the country. So, if you are tired of it all, then strike at its roots. If you are tired of needing a letter from a senator to get a job, if you are tired of seeing you're also frustrated by the public policies, if you are tired of insecurity, then fix the politics. If you are tired of the hunger, the anger in our streets, if you are tired of the number of children who die before the age 5, if you are tired of the dreams suffocated in our youth, if you are tired of this shame, then fix the politics. For until they are there in public office, men and women with a heart for public service, no tribe, no tongue, just commitment to build a functional nation that fills us all with pride. Until they are there in the highest office, men and women with a heart for selfless service, no region, no religion, just commitment to nation. Until we elect them, we labor in vain.
Hello everyone. Once again, welcome to the IK Live. Today I want to talk about something that most of us may have neglected. It's important that we discuss it. First of all, I want to introduce this face to you. If you're watching the screen, please go, subscribe, like it, and share the buttons. Right now I'm live on Facebook, on TikTok, on YouTube, on Instagram, and equally on Twitter, which is X. So, without going further, look at this face. This is Honorable Mascot Ikwechegh. That is a member of the House of Representatives representing Aba North and South. Why I'm particular about him is that he brought to our view a fact that most Nigerians have truly neglected. Without further delay, we have a developing story, and this it started from last week. I think it was on Wednesday. And this has sent shockwaves throughout Aso Rock and has given millions of Nigerians a rare taste of direct accountability. You know, Nigerians were the kind of people who, most of our people will leave the substance pursuing the shadow. And it is only when we don't pay attention that a lot of things are happening underground. And I want to join the few that have highlighted this to bring it out to your knowledge. Something dastardly is happening. Just open your ears. 1.15 trillion naira. 1.15 trillion naira question. Because of this expose, the Minister of Finance, the Minister of State in the Ministry of Finance has been removed. Yet, nobody has given us this answer to the whereabouts of 1.15 trillion naira. Now, in a dramatic cabinet reshuffle, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has removed Dr. Doris Uzoka-Anite as Minister of State for Finance. Her replacement, Mr. Taiwo Oyedele, the renowned tax expert. But the official statement from the presidency is not the real story here. The real story here began exactly about a week ago in a budget defense hearing room that is in the National Assembly. That is where the whole story started. And that's why I want you to remember this face, Honorable Mascot. Just look at him, this young man. Honorable Mascot Ikwechegh. That is, he gave a question that shook the House, that led to this cabinet reshuffle today. Yet, they have done cabinet reshuffle, but they have not answered our question. Our question still remains, where is the 1.15 trillion naira? You know, some of you, when they call budgets, they call money, you neglect it. Things are happening in Nigeria that you are highly negligible about. And I want to join the few people in highlighting this issue for us to know the danger that is awaiting us. Every year you hear what they call recurrent expenditure. A budget is made for 2024. Only 25% of that budget is executed. 75% money that has been approved and budgeted for this is gone. Nobody talks about it. The next year, they bring out same budget, recycle it again, and bring it out to you. The same House, of course, will scrutinize it. If you talk about the hallowed chambers, which is the Senate, those ones are a bundle of criminals. They sit down, they are doing nothing. All they do is, on your mandate we stand. They raise their hand. Why? Because they are all corrupt. They are products of past administrations. They are product of governorships, senators. They are all sitting down. They are stealing our money. And none of them can talk to the presidency. None of them can stand and challenge the presidency because all their lenience are dirty. The government has where it will poke them and they will all sit down. Forget about the Senate. At least this House of Representatives, they are asking questions a little. A lot of them are younger generation. But if you go to the Senate, they're filled up with veterans, retired people's homes, and all they do is to sleep. My brothers and sisters, I'm bringing you, listen, I am bringing this to your knowledge today. I am joining many, much many. So this particular face, remember him, Honorable Alex Mascot Ikwechegh. It was on Wednesday, February 25th, Honorable Alex Mascot Ikwechegh, a member of the House Committee on Aids and Loans, representing Aba North and Aba South, took the floor at the Appropriation Committee's hearing, and he came prepared. Armed with documents, he laid out a staggering pattern before the Minister of Finance, Wale Edun. You know, the Minister of Finance is Wale Edun, and he is as well the coordinating minister for economy. Now, before I go further on this, I want you to look at this, what I have here to show you on the screen. Look at this very clearly. First is $1.2 billion for digital infrastructure. This is not Naira, billion dollars. $500 million for economic stimulus. All these things are what the House approved. $500 million, another $500 million for MSME, that is micro, small, medium enterprises support. Approved just last December. This last December was just, call it 3 months ago. Another $500 million from the African Development Bank for Economic Governance. All these amounts were approved by the House based on the budget, the request of the presidency. A recent executive loan, the request totaling over $21 million, 15 billion yen, Japanese yen, and 4 billion euros. And then the biggest figure of all is the 1.15 trillion naira. I don't know, do you guys know what is a trillion? A trillion is 10 times 10 to the power 12. That means 10 times 10 times 10 times. Keep counting it and multiply it to the power 12. That is 1 trillion. In fact, it is 1 million multiplied by 1 million. That is for you to know, not the figure, just for you to know how much I'm talking about here. 1.15 trillion naira. That is 30% of 2025 capital budget. This money has been approved as at 2025, but never disbursed. Approved as at 2025, never disbursed. Let it sink. The presidency gave a budget. The House approved it. They want to take a loan, House approved it. Okay, take the loan. You say you're going to use it for this, you're going to use it, fine, okay, take the loan. They collected the money. Now, the House has approved, okay, go and give it to where you say it's for A, it's for B, it's for C. Go ahead and give it out the way it's supposed to be. Now, fine, good enough. Allocated to them. And now they sit down on the money. They didn't give it to where it was supposed to be. The ministries, they did not disburse them. The money will just stay there. 2026 now, or even 20, they will bring up another budget, it will come out. That 1.15 trillion is gone and disappeared to the blues. Of course, they develop wings. During Buhari, snakes were swallowing some. But now, under Bola Ahmed Tinubu, I don't know what is happening. Listen, why I'm bringing this thing out for you guys to know. You, if you like, vote. If you like, sit in your house. It will come to a stage in that country that nothing will remain. Because the greediness, you see, if these people are just stealing, just say about 20% or 30%, I can understand. These people are stealing 105, 150%. More than what the government can ever. I mean, imagine taking loan and it's not used. You say you take loan for hospital equipment. For instance, you say you take loan to build schools, you take loan to the, it's not used for it. The loan has been taken, the money disappear, the ministry is not giving it out. This is a young man, Mascot Ikwechegh, who brought this out for everybody to know. Look at him. He brought it out for people to know that things are getting wrong in that country. And we are keeping quiet. We don't even care. We are so daft that sometimes I wonder what is even in our brain. Believe you me, I have no apologies to make. If you feel I'm insulting you, good. Because I'm sick and tired of having a country whereby people don't even know what is happening. Yet some people will sit down after collecting 100,000 or 10,000 or 20,000. They sit down on their computer and be punching in support of on your mandate we stand. Which mandate are you standing? Shameless people. Continue doing these things you're doing. Don't come out and vote. Don't go and take your PVC. Let me see what your future will be. All you guys are thinking, oh, you want to marry. After all, it no concern you. Don't worry. You go marry, you go born. Then the pikin where you born, the future is in your hand. If you like, continue selling your vote. I was watching the other day when FCT, they were doing election. One lady came out, she said, let this be the money I'll collect. She sold her vote. What is such a person? I don't know how to describe it. Is it an animal or what? And she was justifying her stupidity. What she said, let it be at least something I have gained from politicians. Can you imagine? Tomorrow, we will just go and punish one man with children I don't even know. The man will be running around up and down to feed the children. At the end of the day, the man becomes mad. Because this is the society. This is how derailed our people are. They don't even care. They sit down. At the end of the day, these people are there. They don't care who you are. Now, look at who the honorable minister is even. Because, now let me just remove that of Mascot. Let's talk about the honorable minister. Look at who the honorable minister is. Because some of you might not know him. This is Wale Edun. That's the Honorable Minister of Finance. He was in the House on the 25th of February when these questions were going on Wednesday last week. He is the Honorable Minister of Finance and the Coordinating Minister of the Economy. Everything about finance lies on his table. So, but let's go ahead, listen to what happened. I've shown you the graphics, I've called the figures. Now, let's walk through what Honorable Ikwechegh presented. We are talking about $1.2 billion for digital infrastructure, $500 million for an economic stimulus, another $500 million for micro, small, and medium enterprise, which is MSME support, approved last December, precisely 3 months ago. Another $500 million from AFDB, African Development Bank for Economic Governance. These are loans they took. A recent executive loan request totaling over $21 million, 15 billion yen, and 4 billion euro. And then the biggest figure of all, 1.15 trillion naira. That's 30% of 225 capital budget, approved but not disbursed. So with all the money, borrowed money, revenue from FIRS. What is FIRS? That means Federal Inland Revenue Service and Customs. Honorable Ikwechegh asked the fundamental question: why are capital projects across Nigeria still at 0% execution? Let it sink. Why are capital projects across Nigeria still at 0% execution? This question was given to the Minister of Finance, which is Wale Edun. Why was the 2024 budget not implemented? Are you hearing that? 2024 budget. We are now in 2026. 2024 budget not implemented. And then came the question that by our count, changed everything. He asked the minister, I want you to enlighten us on why our capital projects still remain at zero level. I'm talking about our country, Nigeria. This is our country. Are you getting it? You see, certain things happen, you become very, very confused with the kind of people that we have in Nigeria and why they choose to do the things they do. They do it and they feel they can get away with it. Nobody asks question. Why does the capital of the Nigerian government remain at zero in 2026? Why? The room fell silent. And Minister Wale Edun's response, he deflected, passing the responsibility to his Minister of State, Doris Uzoka-Anite, claiming she was in charge of disbursements. Can you see that? A whole minister that is supposed to answer questions now transferred it immediately to the lady. Meanwhile, the lady wasn't there. If a minister cannot be able to say where this money is, then who else? He cleverly just said, I'm not in charge of disbursements. There is Minister of Finance in the Ministry of Finance, Minister of State in the Ministry of Finance that is in charge of this, and this is so and so person. Now go ahead and invite her. This is where it now gets very interesting. Very, very interesting, ladies and gentlemen. It gets interesting where Nigeria is going. The committee immediately adjourned until the next day, being Thursday, and summoned Dr. Uzoka-Anite to provide answers. I think I have shown you her face, but I will still do it again for remembrance purposes. That is the lady in question for you to see the country in which we are. That's the lady in question. Look at her. Dr. Doris Uzoka-Anite, Honorable Minister of State in the Ministry of Finance. This was her position until 2 days ago. As at today, I'm making this report, she is no more there as Minister of Finance. She has been removed. Yes, she has been removed, relieved of her position. Smartly. And nobody has answered that question. Where is that 1.15 trillion naira? Nobody has answered us that question to date. And they think we have forgotten. No, we are not forgetting. No. We are not in any way. We are not. We are not forgetting. When she appeared, she did confirm that 1.15 trillion was indeed approved. However, she explained that some ministries hadn't met pre-disbursement conditions. This is where Honorable Ikwechegh struck again. Look at the language here. Oh, it was not given out because some ministries did not meet pre-disbursement conditions. Of course, some of you working in the ministry, you know that. What are the pre-disbursement conditions? Is it difficult for them to tell the House and Nigerians what are the different pre-disbursement conditions? What are they? For us to understand. But they have these technical languages that they use when they're already hooked up in the neck. 2024 budget is not yet, the money has been approved, money given, everything done, taken away from the treasury, all of us, and now nothing is done. Nothing. So where is the money? Every day the Senate will stand there, on your mandate will stand. House of Rep will stand there, on their mandate will stand. Every nook and corner, you see bosses carrying Bola Ahmed Tinubu for 2027. Official money budgeted cannot be accounted for. What is holding that this money now goes to the various purposes they're supposed to go? They are now brought what fella call animal language, pre-disbursement condition. The Mascot Ikwechegh rose again and asked a perfectly logical, devastating question. My chairman, can the minister tell this committee which specific ministry met all conditions and still did not receive funding? If none existed, why was 1.15 trillion approved when the government knew conditions weren't met? Good question. The minister could not name a single ministry, not even one. And in that moment, the implication was clear to everyone in that room. Either the money was approved without any verification or it was being withheld without any legal justification. But I would prefer to choose, personally, I would prefer to choose the letter, which means this money was just withheld. And the essence of withholding it is to chop it. Where are the micro business enterprises that they're supposed to support? This loan we are taking from them. How many hospitals do we have in Nigeria? Go to our local government areas, not even a single clinic, no nurse, nobody is working. Our pensioners, some of them are still being owed. Name them. Our children have no job. Yet, year to year, budget is made. They bring it. The next thing the Senate will stand. On your mandate, we shall stand, Bola. On your mandate, we shall stand, Bola. On your mandate, Bola. On your mandate, Bola on your mandate, we shall start. Stupidity at the highest level. Stupidity at the highest level. And you, the ordinary person on that street where hunger they catch, you don't give a fuck. I'm sorry to use that language. You don't care. All you care is, as long as it's my tribal's man, let him be there. Let me tell you people, this is 4 years is just like this. Let APC continue for the next 4 years. Some of you will start walking with your head. Your leg will be up, your head will start. You start walking with your head. Allow these things to happen. You will see. I said it. I said it in 2015 when Buhari was doing that nonsense. When you people came out, Buhari is a disciplinarian. I was working at a Jakarta State Company, 1983, December 31st, when Buhari took over as a military junta. I knew what he did. Ajakuta today is not working thanks to Buhari. Buhari truncated Ajakuta. He truncated it. Today, the Ajakuta has never survived. And if they want to revive Ajakuta, they should go back to the former Soviet Union, to Russians. Those are the people who build that place. If they don't go back, if they like, let them bring China, anybody they bring. All they will do is to start everything afresh. The only people that can rectify that place are the Russians. They are the people who started that building that place. They should continue playing their politics. Everybody will come and speak in English. After speaking, it goes. This is the kind of thing that is happening. Then Honorable Ikwechegh said, if this infraction is identified, it means there has been misappropriation of funds, which is a crime. He's only being very mild. I mean, he's being very lenient in trying to speak good English. Native they be. This is crime against humanity. How can you make a budget, take a loan? Nigerians, I take this loan to go and build hospital for you, for instance. At the end of the hospital, you know, see. Loan, you know, see. Ordinary sand itself, nobody buy. The loan you took, you have stolen it. They open eye. That's why I am speaking. That's why some of us that are spoken are still speaking. Speaking after the hearing, Honorable Ikwechegh framed it in a stark legal terms. He said, and I quote, if this infraction is identified, it means that has been misappropriation of funds, which is a crime. And this is a powerful statement. What did the government do? This happened on the 25th, from 25th of February until March 3rd. 7 days, the government struck. Bayo Onanuga just announced exactly 1 week at 3:30 p.m. West African time on Tuesday, March 3rd. The presidency announces a cabinet reshuffle in the Ministry of Finance. The official statement from Bayo Onanuga says Dr. Uzoka-Anite has been moved to her third portfolio in 2 years. Now Minister of State for Budget and Planning. That's where she is now. In her place, as Minister of State for Finance, comes in who? Taiwo Oyedele, the 50-year-old economist who chaired the Presidential Committee on Tax Reforms. No doubt he's a seasoned professional. I'm not talking about that, but that is the truth. Look at the person now in the position, Taiwo Oyedele, the man who is in charge of our tax issues. The tax that Nigerians are running haywire, now it has been moved to finance. By the way, let me show you his picture. For some of you probably who don't know him, let me show you who Taiwo Oyedele is. This is Taiwo Oyedele, the newly appointed Minister of State in the Ministry of Finance. That's him. That's him. Please, lest I forget, like this video, share it, and subscribe, because I'll be giving you more. As we are entering 2027, our eyes are open to watch, because I know and I say it that the worst thing that is happening in Nigeria today is quandamania. Yes, the corruption is at top notch. The way they are stealing our money and sharing can no more be sustained. We have to continue exposing them. We speak out the truth. If you like, you hear. If you don't like, don't hear. So this is Taiwo Oyedele. He is now presently, as I talk to you now, he is the new Minister of State in the Ministry of Finance. The official statement, it made no mention of budget hearing or Honorable Ikwechegh's interrogation. Bayonanga did not even mention that. But the timeline speaks for itself. A lawmaker asks the tough question. A minister fails to answer. And 1 week later, that minister is removed from her post overseeing the nation's finance. Listen, this is not public fund. This is our own personal money. Money that belongs to every Nigerian. That loan was taken in our names for us. We need answers. Where is the 1.15 trillion naira? We can't keep quiet. Put it hashtag anywhere. If you write anything, you write it, Twitter, wherever you are in X, put that question. Where is the 1.15 trillion? We demand to know. As Nigerians, you need to know. You need to know. You can't just keep quiet and things like that will continue to happen. Enough is enough. For ordinary Nigeria watching this sequence of events is significant. It shows what accountability can look like. Honorable Ikwechegh asking about the roads, hospital, and schools that never got built in his constituency and across the nation has sparked a chain reaction that reached the highest office in the land. I heard that after doing this, the next thing he was invited in Aso Rock. Speculations were there, maybe he was invited to be in APC or whatever. But I'm glad that he got to Abia State some 2 days ago. I saw him, he chose the Labour Party. That shows integrity. Because if he didn't take the Labour Party or he joined the APC, I would have joined him in this criminal venture. I would have said that, yes, he has been bought over. But for joining the Labour Party, he was with Alex Otti, he took the membership. That means at least he still have a little decorum, decency in him. But here is the crucial point we must not forget. The cabinet reshuffle does not answer the core question. The question Honorable Ikwechegh raised remains. It's hanging over the entire saga. Where is the 1.15 trillion? That's what we want to know. We don't want to know any other thing they're doing. The funds were approved by the National Assembly, yes. They were borrowed from the international lenders, yes. They were generated for revenue agencies, yes. Yet, they never reached the capital projects they were intended for. As Honorable Ikwechegh himself stated, if this is true, the legal implications are unavoidable. This is misappropriation of funds. This is crime. So the removal of the minister is one thing. It is a reaction. But the question we must all continue to ask is, will there be real accountability at all with this government? Will we get to the bottom of where our money is? This is the question for today, and we'll keep watching closely. My question to you, watching me now, or anytime you watch this video, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. You can like, subscribe, please. And thanks for watching me. Have a blessed day until I come again. God bless you all, guys. Cheers.